best feelings and experiences I had drifting was early on when I first got my 240 SX, put an SR swap in it, and I'd go on the street and just go practice in a lot of these open cul-de-sacs around my town and make sure nobody was around and just practice. At that time there was no tracks and there's no events for me to go to, so I just had to rely on just going to empty spots around town and go have some fun. I remember this one specific moment where there's the biggest cul-de-sac I had found at that point. After watching a lot of D1 videos and everything else and watch those guys tear it up, I hit this. It was probably the fastest I've ever gone. I was floored in second gear, smoke billowing out of my car, and after I straightened it up, everything was super smooth, and I looked behind me and there's smoke everywhere, and that was probably one of the coolest feelings I had, because at that point that was probably like the best drift. Like, I would always dictate what was better and how I was progressing, and really follow my own driving skill level to try to progress to the next. And that was a really cool moment for me, and kind of a stepping stone to, I guess, just, you know, driving skills.
The best experience I've had so far in drifting or Formula D, was Vegas in 2012. Had a pretty awful car, it was barely a Pro-Am car, but we were so psyched. Went against Michael Essa in top 32, and we one more timed him. And I basically, in my mind, I was like, I won the event. Everyone else, pack it up, go home. I one more time to Essa, done deal. And then we went again and I spun out like an idiot, but I was so psyched. I lived on the high of one more timing Essa for weeks. I was like, that's the best. I'm so good at drifting. That was just the moment that stands out of how rad Formula D was.
That feeling that moved you was in 2009 when I first get in the podium. And I've been racing and drifting for 2-3 years. But once they put out a competition with two Formula D drivers went to Dominican Republic, it was the judges. The first round of the Dominican Republic Championship, which was the first time that we do that big with the big sponsors, and everything was just great. I definitely built my car because I knew this was gonna happen. This is a big show, so we wanted to put some money on the car, put the SR20 power. We didn't make it on time. We definitely just literally roll with my tuner in the right side with all the pressures messed up. The car was sitting in the shop for 2 months, working in the car. We show up late, of course, 2 laps to know the track. We make the 2 laps. We head up to qualify first, and then we run against everyone who was practicing before, and we won. And that's why I can say I can combine one. Once I get in the podium, and I start looking back everything we did, it's like big compliment. That's big things inside you. And see those judges telling you they're a good driver and you have future in this, it's big for us. I definitely wanted to keep doing this. I definitely would love to go and do this for real, my real life. And I can say that was my most emotional moment in my life.
Best moment in my drifting career? That's a hard question to answer. It's easy to say when we won the championship, or our first win in 05, or our first sponsor. So many different things, so many awesome moments, so many milestones. But I guess going way back, the first big moment where I felt like something was gonna happen with this whole drifting thing was, I had my 350Z, I was getting ready to move to California, and I was attending my last Club Loose event out at Englishtown, and Signal Auto was actually there doing demos. And they came out, kind of tear up the track, hang out and party with us. and we were out there drifting with them. It was a great time. When we're talking, I mentioned that I was going to be moving out to California the next week, and they basically said, "Oh, you're driving really well. When you get there, give us a call." And so I had some weird feeling like, oh, like, I wonder if they're gonna help me with some parts or whatever. And as we kept talking, it was they were looking to bring on an American driver to help support with their shop and some driving tips and getting on board with some of their sponsors with, like, you know, tires, body kits, and lots of other things. And so at that moment, it was just like, holy crap, something's happening, and I might be a professional drifter. I don't know. I'm still broke. We're still broke. I would say that that was the big stepping stone to my career, and that was the point where I knew drifting was taking off and I was going with it.
Hey, tear it! Tear it up! Tear it up! Tear it up! Show them! Tear it up!
Have a great time with the former drifter. It was amazing. Solomon Gonzalez, thanks for coming out. The rides on the finals will be about